Now on 4 News Now at 6, the time has come for students to start applying for financial aid for college. We'll walk you through the change this year to fix issues from last year.
Well, let the dog out while you can. I am tracking a lot of wet weather on the way. I'll show you if it will impact your weekend plans in the First Alert forecast.
And one local woman's business trip to Haiti turns into a fight for survival. How she used a scooter, bus, and helicopter to escape gang violence. You're watching 4 News Now at 6. We begin with breaking news tonight. Meade High School teachers and students are mourning the death of their fellow classmate who died in a car crash this morning. It happened near West Rudder Parkway and North Dorset Road. According to the Spokane County Sheriff's Office, the student crashed into a tree and died at the scene. Out of respect to the family, the school district is not sharing the name of the student. The district says it will be providing a crisis team and counseling to support students and staff as the community navigates this loss. Well, the federal student aid application, also known as FAFSA, is now open, and many are cautiously optimistic following the rollout of last year's form that was plagued with technical issues. Those issues left students all over the U.S. in limbo, waiting to figure out how they were going to pay for school. Now the big question is if the Department of Education has worked out all the kinks. Alexandra Cohen-Yarts talked to Spokane experts and shares the changes you need to know.
Kirsten, this year the FAFSA application opened after weeks of tests that ensured it would not cause the same mess college applicants went through last year. Experts tell me that so far, parents and students are experiencing an improved experience that is smooth and easy.
Oh, that was much easier than I thought. I even had a family call me and say, I'm not sure if I did this right, because it was really quick and they were expecting it to be this day-long sort of arduous event.
This is what Dawn Hilsendegger, a college counselor at Ferris High School, says she has heard from parents who have submitted the FAFSA application so far this year. Quite the alternative from last year's.
Just many glitches in the application. There were many glitches in setting up the accounts, and then there were many glitches in the university's role in terms of packaging the financial aid.
Although the form is traditionally released on October 1st, this year's was delayed, an abundance of caution.
Now I was able to be involved in some of the beta testing and submitting with some families, and it was very smooth. So I feel really good about it. I think that they did the work that they should have done last year.
Hilsendegger encourages all students to fill out the form. Some of her other tips are to make sure both the parent and students have created accounts a few days ahead of when they plan to apply. Remember that you should never have to pay for support. If you are not a citizen or eligible non-citizen, submit the Washington State Financial Aid application instead, and try to get your application in by February 1st.
I promise it's not as complicated as you might fear it is, and it can be done in less than an hour.
The FAFSA can open doors to various forms of aid, including access to scholarships, federal student loans, grants, and more. The college application process can be stressful on its own. This is why Hilsendegger recommends getting in your application as soon as possible and taking advantage of resources available at colleges and schools near you. Live in studio, Alexandra Cohen-Yarts, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Alexandra. And money from the FAFSA can only go to accredited schools, and that could be a problem for students at North Idaho College. The school is at risk of losing its accreditation. Last night, the NIC's new Board of Trustees started work to get the school back on track, starting with the budget. Derek Strom explains.
The North Idaho College Board of Trustees has a lot of work to do when it comes to helping keep the school's accreditation, but many student athletes here are also concerned about what will happen to the school's athletic budget.
Rumors and sort of swirling around campus and things like that aren't very helpful.
North Idaho College is looking to balance its budget to make sure the school's finances are sustainable moving forward, but its alumni and current student athletes hope it will find a way to keep its athletic department going too.
From an athletic standpoint, you hear some debate in the public about, well, we don't even need athletics. School is made for education only. And I'd beg to differ personally.
The Board of Trustees is asking President Dr. Nick Swain to work with the athletic department and figure out ways to limit costs for the college, but it also wants to honor its commitments the college already made to its current student athletes.
I think that it is fair to say that every one of us believe that an athletic program enhances the experience that students have at North Idaho College.
But the even larger issue the college is looking to address is maintaining its accreditation, which could cost the school students and money if its accreditation is lost. North Idaho College was given a show cause sanction by the NWCCU in 2023 because of governance and integrity issues with the Board of Trustees.
We are here to serve the students, the faculty, and the community with, first of all, the utmost respect and once again in dignity, and move forward and put this behind us.
The NWCCU will make a decision on the college's accreditation status in January. In Coeur d'Alene, Derek Strom, 4 News Now.
Let's take a live look now at the Spokane Arena, where the Cougs will be taking on the Eastern Eagles in about 20 minutes from now. The two teams are facing off to raise money for Numerica's Cares for Kids program. And that program partners with nonprofits to help families break the cycle of generational poverty, a cause that's important to both Washington State and Eastern.
And so it's a great opportunity to kind of pause and be thankful for the opportunities that we have. You know, our men's basketball program yesterday was doing a little community service in the afternoon, even the day before the game, and once again, it puts everything in perspective.
You can listen to the game on KXLY 920, where our own Derek Dice is doing play-by-play alongside Cougar great Craig Elo. And Chris, it's going to be pretty wet for those walking to the game.
You know, if it isn't raining on you, you're definitely going to jump some puddles because it is very damp in downtown Spokane. Our Doppler radar right now shows a little bit of a break moving in, then heavier precipitation moving north of I-90 now, and we're just left with a few hit and miss showers here. This is all moving to the north, so we are going to get a break in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. Still seeing some rain down around Tico over to St. Mary's. It's raining right now on Lookout Pass. Here's a broader view, and you can see that we are starting to see some drier air moving in temporarily. If you do get a break at your house, take advantage of it. Take the garbage cans out or whatever you need to do, because we have more wet weather moving in. We'll be dry through about 2 a.m. Here's 3 a.m. With some showers starting to develop around the region. Some heavy rain along I-90 around Moses Lake and Ritzville, and that is moving in for tomorrow morning's commute. Here's 7 a.m. with some steady rain across much of eastern Washington and North Idaho, and it will be rain even in some of those northern valleys. The chance of precipitation goes from 100% at 6 a.m. and then the potential for a little bit of a break right around noon, 2 o'clock, and then we're back into the wet weather in the afternoon. High temperatures tomorrow will be in the 40s and 50s in most locations. Winthrop and Kalispell, the only spots staying in the 30s. Expect that steady rain in the morning, some showers in the afternoon, more rain moving in at night. I'll be back with your weekend forecast and the 7-day outlook in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
All right, Chris, thank you. Still ahead here on 4 News Now.
This leak is potentially catastrophic.
Experts are trying to plug a small hole on the International Space Station. Why the Russian and U.S. space agencies can't agree on the severity of the problem.
We will not resist slow. Divest. We will not stop.
And pro-Palestinian protesters are demanding Gonzaga University be more transparent about their finances. Why they're asking the school to support the common good when we come back.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
Save your greed!
Deer Unleashed. No one knows the feeling of freedom quite the way you do. But damned if we don't come really, really close. Let's break the chain. Yours, Tundra.
Right now, you can lease a new 2024 Tundra for just $419 a month. Find yours at Toyota.com. Toyota, let's go places.
Now at Northern Quest, Thursdays are almost Fridays. So clock out any Thursday and let nothing stand in the way of your early weekend. Enjoy $4 mixed drinks from Brown Family Spirits, 4 for $4 wings at Easton Epic, $4 mini nachos at Qdoba, and a $4 burger at Fat Burger. Plus, free mystery rewards just for showing up. Almost Friday. Fridays every Thursday at Northern Quest. Details at northernquest.com.
Right now, get a free tankless water heater with every full HVAC system purchase. Call Bills today.
So, boss man, what are we doing today?
Oh, just annual maintenance.
Annual maintenance?
Yeah, the yearly tune-up to keep the heating and cooling stuff running. Wait, you do get tune-ups on your HVAC equipment, right?
Any chance you can come by my house after this and check out my system?
The dryer still isn't working. What are we gonna do before the holidays?
Swing into Fred's Appliance today for our Black Friday Super Sale and experience unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. This 2-in-1 removable agitator lets you choose how you wash and care for your clothes with 2 ways to wash. It's twice the washer you have at home. Get it today and save $500 on the Whirlpool Hybrid Washer Dryer Pair. At Fred's, we sell appliances. Only appliances.
Carpet One, Sandpoint Furniture, and Selkirk Glass and Cabinets. 3 great stores in one location up in Pend Oreille, Idaho. And the word is spread far and wide that we're a true design destination for all your home furnishings. And you should see what these stores can provide for your house, literally from the floor to the windows. And to make us an even better choice, we offer the expertise of talented designers, on-the-spot deliveries, custom financing, and an experienced install team. So come on up and see us at the campus of Carpet One, Sandpoint Furniture, and Selkirk Glass and Cabinets in Pend Oreille, Idaho.
Divest! We will not stop, we will not rest! Divest!
Well, this is what Gonzaga students were seeing when leaving class this afternoon. Protesters walking through campus in solidarity with Palestine in the ongoing Israel-Palestine conflict. Our Hunter Bertram was there and shows us the reason the protest happened on campus.
Divest! We will not stop, we will not rest!
Protesters' chants echoed through Gonzaga's campus today, holding signs calling on the university to be more transparent in their finances.
A lot of people are coming out here to call out the hypocrisy of the university's investments and how that compares to their proclaimed mission.
Juliana Macion walked with the group, telling me she doesn't believe the school is following the university's mission of creating and standing with the common good. She and her fellow protesters demand the university release their investment portfolio. What this would show is what companies are investing in the university. Protesters claim some partners in that portfolio could be connected to war supplies sent to Israel. But without that portfolio, they won't know if that's true.
And not only do these students want to see the investment portfolio from Gonzaga, they also want to be acknowledged by the university.
As someone who's felt isolated in my care for this conflict, it feels really good to see that other people do care.
But he says there's a lack of support or recognition from Gonzaga. Yet today, he feels like that could change.
Although there was a lot of people passing by today that didn't join in, I think that in some way they can hear what we're saying and it can disrupt them even a little bit. And that's really the goal of this.
In a statement from Gonzaga University after the protest, they said, in part, Gonzaga recognizes that campus demonstrations are an important way by which students and other members of the university community can give voice to their concerns about significant issues and events of our time. They also provided a link to information regarding the university's endowment investments. You can find that on KXLY.com in this story's article. In Spokane, Hunter Bertram, 4 News Now.
Well, this protest comes on the same day the International Criminal Court issued an arrest warrant for Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu. The Netherlands-based court said it found reasonable grounds to believe Netanyahu allegedly used starvation as a method of warfare. The court also says Netanyahu bears responsibility for crimes against humanity of murder, persecution, and other inhumane acts. The ICC rejected Israel's challenge of its jurisdiction over the matter. Netanyahu's office calls the arrest warrant absurd and anti-Semitic. As for the war in Ukraine, Ukrainian authorities are claiming Russia might have used an intercontinental ballistic missile in the eastern part of the country. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky addressing his people saying, quote, "Today, our crazy neighbor once again showed what he really is and how he despises dignity, freedom, and human life in general," referring to Russian President Vladimir Putin. But 2 U.S. officials describe it as an intermediate-range ballistic missile, not an ICBM.
The definition of an ICBM means it can travel more than 3,500 miles.
the fact that it's something that we've never seen before is very problematic.
These strikes come in the wake of Ukraine firing U.S.-made long-range missiles for the first time since the war began. Putin says Russia was in the right to use its weapons against the military facilities of countries employing their weapons against Russia.
0.18 of an inch of rain so far today at Spokane International Airport. A lot more on the way in the forecast. We are still running below average. I'll let you know if any of that is going to fall as snow in the 7-day outlook. That's after the break.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mainstream Electric Heating, Cooling, Plumbing.
You make it through security so fast, the agents applaud. Your travel itineraries are so well written, they're on the bestseller list. And you have access to lounges that don't officially exist. That's why you rent with National, where you can skip the counter and choose any vehicle on the Emerald Isle. Because travel isn't a competition, except that it is. And you're winning.
This November, stay for less and play for more at the Kootenai Casino. It's time for an autumn getaway. Now is the perfect opportunity to come stay and win. Call us now to book your room starting at just $79 midweek and $99 weekends at the beautiful Kootenai Falls Lodge. And join us for a $10,000 giveaway, Tournament Tuesdays, and November Hot Spins. Put some extra stuffing in your pockets this November, only at the Kootenai Casino. Call 888-YOU-ARE-LUCKY or visit KootenaiRiverInn.com.
I'm JJ. I'm Tyler. We're with Kiona Vineyards, and we're here at Yokes Fresh Market. Our grandparents planted the first vineyard on what would become Red Mountain. Some of our legacy cultivars include Cabernet Sauvignon, Lemberger, and Chenin Blanc. The Lemberger is really exciting, right? It has really high red and blue fruit profile to it. We are a big little winery. Yokes has been a beautiful match for us culturally.
Check out Kiona Wines at Yokes Fresh Market.
Hi, they assigned me to work with you, Miss Ray, but you can call me Miranda. You're me if you take the next step. How? Work here during the day, go to school at night. It's so worth it.
Face your future with Whitworth University.
The Christmas season brings out the warmest memories of family and friends. Those memories are filled with decorating and sharing the Plant Farm poinsettias. The Plant Farm poinsettias are bigger, better, and redder, and grown right here in the valley. Bring home your new memories today. The Plant Farm's Power the Flower, the beautiful Plant Farm poinsettias. Because life is better in the garden and home.
Welcome back. The International Space Station is leaking, and two superpowers, Russia and the U.S., are at odds over its severity.
This leak is potentially catastrophic. Now, NASA cannot prove that. On the other side of it, Roscosmos, the Russian space agency, says nothing to worry about. It's not that serious. But Roscosmos can't prove that either.
So the leak was first discovered all the way back in 2019, and the rate of air loss hit a new high this year. The leak is located in a Russian sector of the ISS that connects to a docking port for spacecraft carrying critical supplies and crew. If the football field-sized space laboratory does not remain pressurized and filled with breathable gases, lives of the crew members on board are at risk. Russian cosmonauts have been at work to find and patch the leak, but experts say that is no easy task. Not good.
No, I would err on the side of caution on that and take it seriously.
You're far enough away, yeah. Maybe a good plan.
Which, of course, makes me think about this wet weather and leaky roofs, because there's a lot of that going around.
Maybe you're dealing with that.
Yes, and should probably take it seriously. I have been in that ballpark, and I did not enjoy it. Finally got the roof to stop leaking at my house. 41 degrees right now in Spokane with rain. We're going to get a little bit of a break this evening. 37 with rain right now in Coeur d'Alene, and it's 37 degrees presently. 4 things to know about your weather If we do, we'll get a little bit of break this evening, but we have more wet weather moving in for a warm, rainy Friday. Snow level will be above pass level if you are traveling tomorrow. However, expect some standing water on some of the roads. More rain on Saturday, mainly in the morning and again in the evening. It's going to be a much drier day, and we have some colder weather coming next week, but that doesn't necessarily mean snowy weather. Here are some of the forecast rain totals expected with this system tomorrow. We are looking at close to an inch of rain in some locations, measurable rain to be sure throughout the entire region, with the heavier totals in North Idaho. Tracking our weather pattern, we're going to get a little bit of a break tonight, but that next system comes in the early morning hours. Here's 5 a.m. tomorrow with a good chance of rain across the entire region. Snow level very high. Here's noon tomorrow. That's our best chance to get a quick break before the next round of rain comes in the evening. Here's Friday at 8 o'clock. Keeping the chance of rain going through Saturday morning, and then here's Saturday at 10 a.m., another break, but we've got another chance of showers coming in Saturday night. So most of Saturday may be dry, at least down in the valleys, with the potential for mountain snow. 60% chance of measurable rain, most of that before sunrise, and then things taper off as we get into Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. It's going to become much more hit and miss and confined over the mountain areas. Our temperatures, meanwhile, tomorrow a high of 49. That takes our snow level well up above even some of the higher mountain peaks, but then it begins dropping as our temperatures drop. By Tuesday, we're back down around average. Our average high by Tuesday will be in the 30s, and then slipping a little below by Thanksgiving Day. 36 degrees for a high, and it looks like that trend of cooler than average conditions is going to continue. I'll talk more about that in the next half hour in your 8 to 14 day forecast. In the meantime, Sunday and Monday, as we begin to cool down, especially at night, we may see a little bit of snow mixing in with the rain, but no accumulation expected, and our odds of wet weather are really quite low through Thanksgiving. That said, we know that that is an important time for travel, so we will be zeroing in, really focusing on that travel forecast as we get closer to Thanksgiving. Kirsten, it's almost here.
It's such a late Thanksgiving this year that a lot of people are already thinking about their Christmas decorations, Chris. And many of us like to decorate with poinsettias during the holiday season. Spokane Community College greenhouse students are hosting their annual poinsettia open house now. It started today and will continue tomorrow. Second-year greenhouse students are selling 30 different varieties this year, and prices range from $5 to $7. As one student walks us around the greenhouse, she says they've been growing these poinsettias since the summer, and they've been studying the plants and are now selling them to the community. All proceeds support SCC's greenhouse program.
I'm just really happy that I was able to be a part of something that people really enjoy. There were people lined up outside this morning, so it was really exciting to be able to share this. We all worked really hard on it. There was some stressful parts for sure, but it was just really fun to get to work together and grow these plants.
There's still time to buy one of the beautiful poinsettias. The sale will continue tomorrow from 10 a.m. until 5 p.m. at Spokane Community College's greenhouse. Still ahead, ditching DEI. We'll break down the plan that wants to eliminate perceived favoritism at Idaho colleges.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Experience winter fun at Silver Mountain Resort. Discover some of the best terrain in the region, just 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Relax in a beautiful condo, just a short stroll from the gondola, dining, exciting water slides, and indoor surfing at the water park. Enjoy a gondola ride to our exhilarating snow tubing and your gateway to snow rider heaven. Create unforgettable family memories at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
Over 20 million fans have made Trans-Siberian Orchestra their holiday tradition. Bring the whole family and make it part of yours. The Lost Christmas Eve live in concert. Friday, November 22nd, Spokane Arena. Tickets on sale now at ticketswest.com. The return of Trans-Siberian Orchestras. The Lost Christmas Eve. Produced by Live Nation.
I'm really grateful to be a first-generation student from my family. The ENEAS scholarship was definitely a game changer.
I never knew how easy it was to start a scholarship. Whatever you can give every year. That's how I sold it to my family. We talked a lot, waiting for somebody else to do it. And so we finally decided, no, we're not going to wait. We're going to do it. Graduating from college, it was not even a dream. That's what Eastern has done. We have to continue that. We have to help this precious institution that changed so many lives.
So many accident victims don't call the advocates because they worry about the cost. They think it'll be expensive. They're not sure they can afford it. But the truth is, the cost is
tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, even millions of dollars.
Donnie, the cost is nothing. They don't pay anything unless we win.
Ken, I was talking about how much it would cost them if they don't contact us. Tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands.
That's true. Injured? You deserve an advocate.
This holiday season, believe in the magic of the North Pole. As you set sail for a holiday adventure like no other, marvel over the stunning light display along the magical journey to meet Santa. Experience the magic that only happens on Lake Coeur d'Alene. Even the Grinch can't resist the holiday cheer. Book during Santa's Sneak Peek Week and enjoy 25% off tickets from November 15th to November 27th and discover the magic of the holiday season.
4 News Now is brought to you by Mysticwa Casino Hotel in Chewelah.
Around the nation, Matt Gaetz, the former congressman embattled with sexual misconduct allegations, withdrew his name today from consideration to become the next attorney general. ABC's Christian Cordero has what convinced him to bow out.
One day after launching a full court lobbying effort to become the next Attorney General of the United States,
it was a great day.
Former Congressman Matt Gaetz withdrew his name from consideration, saying his confirmation was unfairly becoming a distraction to President-elect Trump's transition. The announcement came just days after an attorney for 2 women told ABC News his clients told the House Ethics Committee Gaetz paid them for sex on multiple occasions starting in 2017. Gaetz denies all wrongdoing. A separate DOJ investigation ended with no criminal charges. On Capitol Hill today, another controversial Trump nominee courted senators. Military veteran and TV host Pete Hegseth, who has never worked in government, is Trump's pick for defense secretary.
We look forward to engaging in that process. We take absolutely nothing for granted.
But in a just-released police report, new details on a 2017 sexual assault allegation involving Hegseth. The woman at the center of the allegations told police Hegseth took her phone and prevented her from leaving his hotel room. She said she remembered saying no a lot. Hegseth denies all the allegations and told police at the time it was consensual.
The matter was fully investigated, and I was completely cleared.
Ultimately, no charges were filed. Hegseth acknowledges paying the woman not to go public with her allegations. His attorney saying the allegation was untrue, but he agreed to pay the settlement to prevent her from going public so it wouldn't threaten his career. Hegseth today meeting with senators individually as Trump allies gauge support.
I think that he's a bold nominee who wants to change the way business is done at the Pentagon.
Trump is standing by his decision to choose Hegseth, as he did with Gaetz. Christian Cordero, ABC News, Washington.
And within the last few hours, President-elect Donald Trump did announce his new pick for Attorney General. Trump tapping former Florida Attorney General Pam Bondi. Trump, in a statement on his Truth Social platform, called Bondi smart and tough and said she will refocus the Justice Department. The Bondi announcement was quickly met with strong support from several Republican senators on social media. Well, we have much more coming up tonight at 6:30, including the push to ban diversity, equity, and inclusion in programs in colleges across Idaho. And gunfire, scooters, and helicopters, those are just some of the things one local woman experienced during her fight for survival in Haiti. Hear why she was on the island that's been plagued with gang violence.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Fred's Appliance Clearance Centers are your one-stop shop for top quality appliances and unbeatable prices. Top brand closeouts, full factory warranty, and new inventory arriving daily. Take advantage of incredible discounts with savings you won't find anywhere else. Hurry in! With Fred's Clearance Center's huge selection of heavily discounted name brand appliances, the inventory moves fast. For the best deals on appliances in Spokane, visit either of Fred's clearance centers today.
The holidays. So happy together. And holiday trips. And holiday toys. And holiday bonding. And it all comes together in a Chevrolet.
Find your red tag. Get 0% financing on the all-new 2025 Equinox. See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
There is a place where magic seems to hide around every corner, where cherished memories are born in twinkling snowflakes, where enchanting adventures await all who explore. Where is this real-life winter wonderland? Nestled by the lake is Coeur d'Alene's Holiday Light Show. Be the first to see our all-new grand floating Christmas tree, with holiday getaways starting at only $246.
Why do people come to the University of Washington? They come here to find people who will inspire them, move them, change them. They come to solve big problems and prepare for careers where they can make a difference. They come to cheer on their Huskies in the greatest setting in college football. If you want to change the world, this is where you start. For passion, for possibility, be boundless.
Next, E.T. Lindsay Lohan on her holiday movie return. Plus,
I'll see y'all at the CMA Awards.
From Nashville to Hawaii, we hop to Honolulu for more Moana 2 exclusive next.
Watch 4 News Now at 6 and Entertainment Tonight at 7:30.
Tomorrow on GMA, Denzel Washington live. Plus, it's Oprah's favorite things.
You, GMA, and my favorite things.
Tomorrow only on
Good Morning America. Let's do this.
Live from downtown Spokane, this is 4 News Now at 6:30.
Well, Idaho joins a growing list of states reigning in diversity, equity, and inclusion, also known as DEI, on colleges and universities. A plan that would force colleges to shut down offices designed to help or support specific groups of students was presented before the Idaho State Board today. Jordan Smith is in studio tonight. So, Jordan, what can you tell us about this?
Yeah, the language of that resolution would force college campuses like the University of Idaho, Boise State, Idaho State, and LCSC to shut down any offices centered around DEI. Idaho's resolution today essentially mirrored the one that Utah passed back in January. And here's a look at some of the language of one of the proposed resolutions. It reads, Idaho colleges, quote, shall ensure that no central office, policy, procedure, or initiative is dedicated to diversity, equity, and inclusion. Now, DEI was created to ensure historically marginalized groups of people, like women and people of color, have equal opportunities. But critics say it's actually tilted the playing field and doesn't provide equal opportunity to everyone. The University of Idaho, for example, this would eliminate 5 programs, including the Office of the LGBTQA, the Women's Center, and Offices of Multicultural Affairs. The argument today was Idaho colleges should ensure that student success centers to all students.
The representation of those offices is really around ensuring that students aren't separated into groups, but that the support services are available for all students. And so I want to be clear, as we talk through these, this is not about removing support where people need it, but organizing it such that all students have access to all. It's really an inclusionary point of view.
Now, one board member, Kurt Libick, seemed supportive of the concept, but he did bring up the point that to succeed in college, students need academic and social support, which includes groups with like-minded interests and backgrounds. So no vote was taken today, meaning that nothing has changed up to this point. The board is going to present these proposals to each college and university that would be impacted in Idaho to understand exactly what this language and what this proposal would mean for each school. They'll then present the updated draft before the Board of Education, and the soonest that vote could be is December 18th. Now, U of I tells me ultimately they'll comply with any resolutions that are established by the Board of Education. In studio, Jordan Smith, 4 News Now.
All right, Jordan, thank you. And during that same meeting, the board approved a plan for the University of Idaho to build more campus housing. The university says the $163 million plan will address the aging housing as well as an increase in demand. On your screen right now is a rendering of what some of the projects will look like once they are finished. The project includes demolishing and rebuilding South Hill Apartments and renovating Wallace Residential Complex and the Elmwood Apartments. Construction would be done in phases starting next fall. And Chris, I hope you have been, well, I know you've been to the University of Idaho recently, so you know some of those areas.
Yes, I certainly do. And I mean, my older brothers and sisters lived in Theophilus, I'm not sure how you say it, Towers and Wallace Complex, and they're, you know, they've been there for a while. They could probably use a spruce, but it's such a beautiful campus.
It is.
And, who knows? I may have a kid there next year. I could talk about that all day, but
it's a beautiful spot, and I bet they have a little bit of snow left over, or if they don't, they're going to get some soon.
There's snow on the way eventually, but we've got some resorts opening soon, so that's exciting. Let's look at our Doppler radar right now, and it is rain on the radar presently, but we're getting a break in Spokane. We'll get a break this evening, and then we have got more wet weather on the way. Here's a broader view on our Doppler radar. You can see some of the more steady precipitation moving off to the north and east, some drier air moving in, but it is very temporary. By tomorrow morning, here's 6 a.m. Might want to forego that jog unless you have some sort of really intense rain gear ready to go in the morning. And then by noon, the potential for another break before more wet weather comes in for kids getting after school and right on into the evening. Here's 7 o'clock Friday night, and it's going to be a little bit damp for your Friday night fun. Here's a look at our chance of rain throughout the day, 100% at 6 a.m. Things taper off by noon and then pick back up as we get into the dinner hour. Meanwhile, the high temperatures on Friday will be in the 40s in most locations. A few 50s on the map, including Ritzville, Pullman, and 58 in Lewiston, 42 in Bonners Ferry, as well as Sandpoint. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast. Plus, we're looking out 8 to 14 days for the possibility of some snow. That's coming up in just a few minutes. Kirsten.
Okay, well, stay tuned. Thank you, Chris. Well, the holiday travel season is upon us, and thousands of people will be on a plane at some point over the next 6 weeks. And if you're flying out of Spokane, you might be connecting through one of the worst airports for weather delays during the holidays. Meteorologist Matt Gray joins me now with the numbers to know for weather and holiday travel. Matt.
That's right, and we're able to track years of flight delays around the country thanks to something called the Bureau of Transportation Statistics. It's in the U.S. DOT. And the weather in the Pacific Northwest, not all that kind to us during the holiday travel season. Research by the travel website Upgraded Points using that data says that Seattle-Tacoma International has the 4th most weather delays during the holiday season. Now, that's since 2019. SeaTac is 8 percentage points higher for weather delays than probably the most infamous airport for holiday travel, Chicago O'Hare, 4 points below the most delayed airport, which, yeah, I was surprised too, is San Francisco. San Fran and Seattle, they may not have to deal with ice and snow like some of those Northeast airports, but fog and gusty winds this time of year, they always end up posing a problem of some variety. And there are also lots of major hub airports or lots of smaller, snowier cities like Spokane sometimes. You end up skidding out for a connecting flight. But there are some airports commonly used to get in and out of the inland Northwest that see some of the fewest holiday weather problems. Here's the rankings for the 6 worst, 6 best nonstop destinations to and from Spokane for holiday weather delays. So with the exception of Las Vegas, definitely pays to fly south and maybe down to California for the winter. Now, speaking of flying south, you got to get off the ground first. Here's how those Spokane holiday weather delays went for the past 5 years, not counting 2020. Not a lot of folks flying then. We certainly have our fair share of issues before you even leave our area. So here's the thing. In the grand scheme of things, yes, these may be impressive numbers when it comes to just weather delays, but let's give you some perspective. This is last year, holiday season, November, December, January for the Spokane Airport. You're much more likely to be delayed by something besides weather during your holiday travels or, just be on time.
Yeah, that's a pretty good percentage of being on time, Matt. Thank you. Well, it was a happy return home for a Spokane woman who was stuck in Haiti this past week. She was unable to leave the country after the U.S. banned flights into Haiti for 30 days following 3 American planes being shot at by Haitian gangs. Madeline Mullins spoke to her today about how she got home and the country she left behind.
It was a long road back to Spokane for Renee Ballantyne, one that started with a helicopter ride to the Dominican border.
We got to the Dominican border, we checked ourselves out of Haiti and walked across the border to the Dominican Republic. Then we jumped on a scooter, took the scooter to the bus, and then took a 6-hour bus ride to Santo Domingo, of which then I flew back to the United States.
Ballantyne says she feels lucky she was able to leave because so many people are still stuck there, both U.S. citizens and Haitians.
While I was feeling incredibly grateful to be on the plane, I also felt really sorry. There's 5 million Haitians right now on the brink of starvation, and there's over 700,000 people that are displaced.
Ballantyne was there for a meeting discussing the future of Haitian elections. The country has not had one since 2016.
Hope to move Haiti to a free and fair election, and in order to do that, address the humanitarian needs, the safety and security, economic development that needs to happen, and the political stability.
She says the first step in moving towards that is controlling the gangs.
The today problem in Haiti is the gangs.
Ballantyne says the gangs control about 85% of the population in Haiti, making it difficult for people to do anything.
I don't think that anybody can understand the devastation in Haiti. There's not running water. Sanitation, there's not sanitation. Garbage collection, there's no garbage collection. So right now this country is in dire need.
Despite all of this, Ballantyne says that she still has hope for Haiti.
The amazing thing about the people in Haiti is that it is hopeful, and something is going to happen.
In Spokane, I'm Madeline Mullins, 4 News Now.
Well, Washington State and Eastern Washington men's basketball battled tonight in a huge neutral site game in Spokane.
That's right, Kirsten. Wazoo head coach David Riley comes from Eastern, so tonight's game is a significant one for both programs. Now, catch us after the break to hear more from Coach and how much this game means to the Cougs, plus a look ahead at the Gonzaga women's game tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Every day of your life.
Interested in custom design jewelry? We have just 4 easy steps. Step 1, make an appointment or stop by Tracy Jewelers. Step 2, have a design meeting. Step 3, review and approve sketch or CAD drawing. Step 4, select your gemstones. That's it. Pretty soon you'll be unwrapping the jewelry of your dreams. Tracy Jewelers, marking moments since 1950.
Discover the all-new 2025 Subaru Forester at Parker Subaru.
Built with quality engineering, advanced safety, and off-road capabilities, the Forester remains one of Motor Trend's top-ranked compact SUVs. Drive with confidence in any weather with standard symmetrical all-wheel drive.
Make parking a breeze with the 360-degree surround view monitor. The 2025 Subaru Forester, ready for any adventure.
Right now, it's the 2024 Subaru Share the Love event. Learn more at Parker Subaru.
This is important information from AARP and BECU. November is National Family Caregivers Month, a month to showcase the important work that more than 820,000 Washingtonians do every day to take care of our loved ones at home where they want to be. You may not think of yourself as a caregiver, but if you're helping someone with daily activities like getting dressed, managing medication, and providing transportation to and from appointments, then you are a caregiver, and help is available. Find tools and tips at this website.
Donating your vehicle to UGM Motors is easy.
When you drop off a vehicle, you have to sign a paper of, I donated this vehicle. And that was the hardest part. And I didn't have to fill it out. They filled it out for me and had me sign it.
Your car, truck, RV, or motorcycle will provide food, shelter, job training, and recovery services at Union Gospel Mission.
I think it's a great service to the community.
Call 509-327-HELP to schedule a free pickup today.
Hard water damage makes it hard to keep your home looking picture perfect.
Culligan softeners reduce buildup and cleaning time, transforming your water into the fine art of a long-lasting clean. Culligan, water you love.
Washington State and Eastern Washington men's basketball have 70 all-time meetings, last facing off about a year ago in Pullman, a 10-point Wazoo win. But now there's been a new wrinkle into said rivalry as new Cougar head coach David Riley came to WSU from Eastern and brought along most of the starting Eagle lineup with him. Washington State split their last 4 games against Eastern as Coach Riley drove his Eagles into winning both their 2021 and 2023 matchups. Riley was an assistant on the Eagles for a decade before leading the ship starting in that 2021 season, plus leading EWU to back-to-back regular season Big Sky titles the past 2 years. Now Wazoo, he's coached the Cougs to a 4-1 record so far, all their wins coming at home. We spoke with the team earlier this week on how it's like going against their former guys.
We don't have any room for error to be thinking about the good old days and all that, but I do love that place. I spent 13 years of my life there and love the people there. I love the university and what the university stands for.
Excluding red shirts, the Eagles only have 4 returning players on their 15-man roster, so lots of work. Eagles are 1-3 heading into this matchup. This game is already underway at Spokane Arena, just barely into the first half. We'll have full game highlights plus more from sports reporter Sydney Berger on 4 News Now Nightside. The Gonzaga women's basketball team returns home tonight to face the Rice Owls of the American Conference. Rice off to an impressive 4-1 start this season, winners of 4 straight. Now, the Zags are 2-2, but they won their latest game against Wyoming by 11. The Zags will look for their 3-point shooting to lead the way again. They're firing at a 44.8% clip. That is best in the conference and 8th nationally. Tip-off already underway. You see right here the score is 31-30 at halftime, and we'll bring those second half highlights tonight on Nightside. Looking ahead to the Idaho High School State Football Championships this weekend, we're going to have one local team alive for that title. It's the Kendrick Tigers, who seek their 4th straight 2A title, and it'll be a tough one. They face the #1 seed Butte County. Kendrick did lose to Logos in the regular season, snapping their record 31-game win streak and dropped them down to the 3. They beat that Logos team to get here in the championship. Kickoff in the Kibbe Dome is 4 p.m. tomorrow. And for our Washington side, in the 4A tomorrow, Gonzaga Prep playing at the Kennedy Catholic Lancers for a spot in the semis. Both the Bullpups and Lancers lost in last season's quarterfinals, and they both will do their best to avenge said losses at 6 p.m. tomorrow.
All right, Jack, thank you. Well, this Thanksgiving, the local nonprofit One Heart Spokane has partnered with local schools to identify families who can't afford holiday meals. And they're seeking the community's help in providing meals to those families in need. And one local restaurant has stepped up in a big way to help. Marissa Rio shows us how.
So here you go. The owners of Calico Kitchen here in Spokane do more than just serve the community inside of the kitchen.
We are going to be giving them a $2,500 check to help with families in need this Thanksgiving season.
You heard that right. Calico Cares, which is a nonprofit started by the owners of Calico Kitchen, donated $2,500 to help feed kids and their families this Thanksgiving.
It's a hard time for our community. It's a hard time for our world. And what better way to be the hope and the light to bring that to other people. So
Calico Cares placed flyers around Calico Kitchen telling its customers about One Heart's mission. This check was made with the help of all of those who chose to donate. Last year, One Heart was able to provide 250 meals.
This year, with support from Calico Kitchen and other donors, we are able to go above the 250 families, and we're actually going to do 290 families this year.
Instead of stressing about how they're going to afford a Thanksgiving meal this year, all of those families now get to enjoy their holiday. If Calico Cares generosity has inspired you to want to help One Heart Spokane feed more families this Thanksgiving, you can visit our website at kxly.com. In Spokane, Marissa Rio, 4 News Now.
Thank you, Marissa. We've got a rainy day on the way for Friday. Our average high is 40. We're going to be close to 50 degrees in Spokane. The heaviest rain will be through the morning commute, and then again tomorrow late afternoon and evening. You might get a break right around noon. I'll be back with your 7-day forecast plus 8 to 14-day outlook.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
My credit score is more than just a number. It's my future. P1FCU knows how important it is too, which is why it's so easy to check your score every time you check your online banking. It's a piece of cake. Plus, it doesn't just let you check your score, it gives you recommendations on how to improve it. It also shows you how different things could be affecting your score.
Open your P1FCU checking account at p1fcu.org and start earning today.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $6,400 total value. Plus, no monthly payments until next year. See your local GMC dealer.
I burned every bridge and I broke every relationship in my life. I miss holidays, I miss birthdays, and I hurt the people that I love. But you don't have to get to that point, the point of desperation in life or death, because there's hope and there's help available. You just have to receive it and make the first step to getting help. There's a life that God has for you and a future much better than the life you're living now.
The doctor will see you now.
But do they really? Do they see that crick in your neck? That ache in your heart? Will they see that funny little thing that wasn't there last year? The new bounce in your step? The way your retinal scan connects to your blood sugar? At Kaiser Permanente, all of us work together to care for all that is you.
Donnie, some injury attorneys talk big about handling truck cases. What does that mean?
Well, you watch the ads just like I do. They say they're tough. They take on big truck cases.
It doesn't just take tough to win a big truck case. It takes experience, knowledge, lawyers who know how to hold the trucking company accountable, a law firm with the courage to go to trial.
That's us, the advocates.
Yep, it takes us. Injured? You deserve an advocate.
Hey, good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Well, look what we have.
It's a giant check.
We had before the commercial break a story about a giant check, and here is another giant check.
Yes.
Chris, tell us about it.
Well, it's made out to Coats for Kids, and our friends at STCU, you can see it says member donations. The STCU members have been amazing in Coats for Kids. And there's the South Hill gang. That's the STCU that's right there by Super One on 29th.
Right.
Nice people. Oh my gosh. And but this is donations taken from all of the various branches. At that particular branch, a gentleman walked in and donated $1,000 to Coats for Kids. And so I'm going to shop.
Yeah, you have a lot of shopping to do.
Yes, I think I'm going to save this money until the coats are on the end of the season sales for next year, because I think we're covered for this. If there's a cold kid out there, I think we've got them covered. Let's take a look at the weather today, our time lapse. There was one little hint of blue sky for about 5 minutes. Otherwise, a dark and moody, very November-like day in the inland Northwest, and we did get some rain as well. We're having a break. This is your alert in Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. If you've got to roll the garbage cans out to the curb or head outside, maybe you're working on your Christmas decorations, this break will not last. We have another very impressive round of rain coming in tomorrow. Today we've had 0.18 of an inch so far at the airport. You may have had more at your house. We're still lagging behind year to date. I'm going to be very interested to see where we end up at the end of the year, because we're gaining on it. Our high temperature today was 40 degrees. 40 is our average high. 29 is our average low. But we started the day off at 40 degrees. That was our low this morning. 7 minutes after 4 is now our sunset time. Here's our temperature trend over the next 7 days, and we're going to stay above average through Monday in the 40s. Our average high by next week is in the 30s, and we'll be just a hair below on Thanksgiving, 35. It looks like that trend of below average temperatures is going to continue through the first few days of December. This is the 8 to 14 day forecast. We also got our forecast for December, January, and February today. It looks very similar, below average temperatures. The difference being the extended 3-month forecast is calling for above average precipitation. This outlook, we are in the gray, indicating not a strong signal one way or another. We've got above average precipitation to our east and below average to our south. If we have average precipitation, we are going to be right smack dab in the wettest time of year. So even if it's average, we'll get some snow out of the deal. Not much sign of snow in our 7-day forecast. We could have a little mixing in here and there Sunday and Monday, although those days are fairly dry, and then only a slight chance of precipitation through Thanksgiving.
All right. Thank you, Chris. And before we go to break, a look at ABC's primetime lineup tonight.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Santa returns to River Park Square on Saturday, November 23rd, presented by STCU. Festivities begin at 3 o'clock, and Santa arrives to light the tree at 5, with special guest appearances by the Ferris Dance Team, Cheney High School Choir, the wonderful Mrs. Claus, and so much more. Visit riverparksquare.com to plan your Holly Jolly holiday season and to reserve your time for Santa photos. Enjoy the magic of the season at River Park Square.
Next live is
Cher Maisie.
Terrific! Cher comes to live.
Are we oversharing?
Watch live tomorrow at 9, right after GMA.
I think it's important for us as tribal people to educate and inform others as to who we are and what we're about. We have a beautiful culture that we respect our lands, we respect our waters.
Our medical center serves Indian and non-Indian. We were the first one in the nation to do that.
We built a $25 million core center for the children.
We also house the Boys and Girls Club out of there.
Our employees here are friendly. It gives you that welcome home feeling.
There are trucks, and then there's the GMC Sierra, available with the connected driving experience and the world's first 6-function multi-pro tailgate. GMC Sierra. It's the truck. Get 0% APR on select 2024 Sierra 1500 models. That's over $6,400 total value, plus no monthly payments until next year.
Shop Pink Friday deals at Dave Smith.
Cheney, Medical Lake, and the whole Airway Heights area have become a special place in our story. First, it was the place where my dad started Holiday Heating and Cooling. He walked the streets, going door to door, seeing if anyone needed help with their heating and air conditioning. And then there's my story. Cheney is where I grew up, went to school, and finished my degree in mechanical engineering. That helped give me the foundation for what I do today. Now, taking Holiday Heating, Cooling, and Electric to the next generation. It's a special place in my heart, and Holiday is proud to be part of this community.
This week on Svengoolie, Bud plus Lou plus Drac plus Frank plus the Wolfman equals Abbott and Costello meet Frankenstein.
I guess that combination's enough to scare the pants, shirt right off your back, ain't it?
On the next Svengoolie.
Saturday night at 8 on MeTV 4.2.
Being a hero means saving the day, come hell or high water.
We can't drain that car. That driver's gonna bleed out in front of us. They're drowning in there!
The 911 fall finale, all new tonight on ABC.
Your planning forecast. Plan for rain tomorrow. Raincoat, your boots, the umbrella, the whole kit and caboodle. If you've been saving any of it, you can break it out tomorrow.
And we can jump and play in the puddles.
No, don't do that.